really hard to get good help these days. My main foreman slacking off on the job. You've only been out here for half an hour, mate. And you want to raise? You do want to raise. No, you don't? Maybe? How much is your raise? 1 bone an hour? That's a lot of bones, man. I don't know, I'll think about it. What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. Today we're going to be running dirt from suspected pay dirt piles or stockpiles of dirt that the old timers put here, and they did not work. There's many reasons for this. I'm going to get into that in the very near future, but if you haven't watched my last video, I strongly suggest you go back and watch it. There's a link in the description for it because that will give you some information about this video that I'm not going to cover today. Right, let's get cracking. The reason I told you to go back and watch the last video is because there is a lot of information in it that will help you understand what I'm doing today. I will run over some of the things in a minute. A lot of people asking me why I wasn't working.
Well, there wasn't a lot of people asking you
I
that.
mean a lot of people, as in like my subscribers. There was a lot of people asking me questions about why I wasn't working.
Yeah, but there was only like 2 people asking you
Yeah,
that
but
question.
that's like statistically significant for me. Like every subscriber is statistically significant.
That's true, you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
we
yeah.
like you guys.
No,
we do.
we love you guys. You're awesome.
So we'll get back to the talking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go for it.
The reason I wasn't working them from here is I just wanted to see if it was concentrating on the creek below, if it was shedding out these piles and concentrating on it. And I didn't show that in my last video. So I want to show you now a big bulk sample out of one of these piles and just see what we can't pull out of it. Here is my pay dirt pile. I am currently standing on top of it. It's hard to show depth on camera unless I go down there. Actually, that's a good idea. That's how big it is. You're all the way at the top. And I believe this is a pay dirt pile for 2 main reasons. It's got bedrock in it. This is the bedrock of the area, and it's right sitting on top, and it's mixed in with large rocks with dirt. Now, if this was a mullock heap, there wouldn't be any dirt. It would just be rock, because it would have been washed and all the dirt would have been pushed through a sluice into a tailing pond somewhere, or just further downstream. That's not the case here. We've got everything mixed in together. What we're going to do is run samples for it. Now, I've taken samples out of the erosion gully where I was standing just before, and I found really good gold. There's a video coming up on that as well. Now, this isn't a creek. This is erosion that's come between these 2 things. And if we look around, there's no hills around us at all. So when I found gold on top of one of these pay dirt piles, I know it was put here by someone. It can't physically have got on top of this pile any other way. What we're going to do is probably run dirt from in the side of this. A lot of people were asking me why I wasn't running buckets, and the simple answer was, in my last video I wasn't running buckets from the pile because what I was doing was going downstream and finding the next inside bend that was cutting past these piles to see if it wasn't concentrating on those inside bends, and that gave me an indication that it was shedding out of these mounds and not out of a reef or something like that. All right, I've run 2 buckets worth 20 litres of dirt and I haven't found anything. I did my pan out and there was no specks. There's a little bit of black sand and stuff in it, and that would be about it, the only indicators. Now, I want to talk to you quickly about indications and indicators of gold. It's important to understand the difference between an indication and an indicator of gold. An indicator of gold is something like mineralized quartz, ironstone, the right type of rock formations, things like that, the geology of the area. What that means is there could be gold there. The chance is that there might be something there because of those signals and signs. But an indication of gold is a actual bit of gold. So if I did like 50 test pans and I found 1 speck of gold, that would be an indication that there is gold in this area, and I would keep working for it. Indicators are good, but they don't mean that there's necessarily going to be gold there. Now, I've got a couple of indicators up here on the hill. Let me show you. Okay, so indicators. Like I talked about earlier, we've got mineralized quartz up here. This is the discolored stuff. It's mouse bitten. It's got hollow striations through it. It's good stuff. We've got the bedrock here, and in here, I'm hitting this orangey clay. Now, that orangey dirt is the ironstone, the heavy amount of ironstone and black sand that is in this creek, rusting out, oxidizing, and it stains the dirt, a reddy orange color. Now, I find that dirt in the creek, and usually I find really good gold with it because it's heavy, it's got iron in it. So we've got the indicators of it. Now is an indication of it, and I've had the indication of it before in another pile just a little bit further back, so I'm not going to give up hope. What I'm going to start doing is dry classifying into water, because I think that with the organics that are mixed in with this, like the tree roots and stuff, a lot of it was floating up over the surface. So if we make it wet, hopefully it will sink and do better in the sluice. That worked so much better. Having the dirt wet allowed it to sink. That was my bad for the first 2 buckets. And I saw legitimately 2 bits of gold. I'm going to pull that out right now and just confirm that that is what I saw. If you're a fan of this channel, you're going to be really happy to hear that Gold Claw is also a fan of this channel. Throughout the rest of 2018, we have joined teams and we're going to be giving away full panning kits just for ordering anything off their website. Now, these kits can be either used by yourself or we can give them to your friends. We've also got a few to give away for free that are coming up in the near future. We're going to do some giveaways with them. If you want to get involved with winning your mate a brand new panning set, you'll be the duck's nuts after that. They'll love you for it. All you got to do is use the code Vo-Gus 18 on the checkout on the Gold Claw website and you'll be in the running every month. Brand new pan set. All right, back to sluicing. Oh, there's gold. Oh yeah, there's gold. God, we've got dozens of micros and 1 nice bit just there. Look at that. That is a beautiful bit of gold. All right. There's gold in that dirt. That's interesting. 20 litres. So look, that's not a lot of gold. If I was working in a creek like I am here, say up there on one of the inside bends or something like that, or working off the bedrock, I would be pulling more gold out from 20 litres of dirt. But you have to remember that this is probably, by the looks of it, stockpiled dirt. So this could have, they terraced this whole area. This is probably, you know, 20 or 30 meters worth of dirt piled up here, and they were going to push it all through a sluice at some point. And they could have hit a stage where they realized that this pay, maybe this pay was from the very edge of their cut, and it wasn't very rich, and they found richer fields downstream, and they could have just gone and done that very easily and very quickly. When I'm working in a stream, the stream's concentrating it for me. It's like a sluice, basically. It's going downstream, hitting an inside bend, low pressure, and it builds up. I'm not doing that. I'm prospecting in a mound. So that is an amazing result. I've got like 20 microbits of gold in there with one nice speck from high up on a mound in what I suspect is pay dirt. And I've been finding reef gold right here, right where I'm standing. I've been finding reef gold. And there's no other place it could be coming from right now other than that pile of dirt. What we can tell from this test is a couple of things. We know that dirt has been put there. There's no way you can get a mix of river rock, very, very sharp, jagged, crushed up quartz, the conglomerate that I found, all in one random mixed pile other than someone putting it there. So that means that it was likely dumped there because it was either going to be worked, maybe they had to just get it out of the way, out of another area that they were working. For whatever reason, some humans put it there some time ago. It also says that there is still gold in it. Obviously it's not the richest in the world, and I've been lucky enough to come across sections of the creek that haven't been worked in a very long time that have concentrated these piles of dirt for me. So I didn't have to do as much work as what I've done today. And by no means am I anywhere near done with them. I really need to dig down till I hit like a bedrock layer or a non-permeable clay layer, where over the last 120, 150 years, this dirt, all the gold will have sunk through the center and started getting down towards the bottom. I'm not near there. I have dug a reasonably large hole. Have a look. Now this is a hole. Check it out. Oh yeah, look at that. And all that beautiful rock down in there, and the big rock, big. The hole is full of rock that's got ironstone, it's got black sands, it's got nice oxidization in it, it's got all the indicators for gold, and it's even got an indication of gold with the few specks. So there's potential. It is obviously a lot easier to work this in a creek than it is to work that. Maybe bringing your high banker back and whacking through a big test, like a couple cubic meters. We've only done 8 buckets total, and you know that's not a ton of dirt to really get a good accurate sample size. So high banker might be the way to go. I don't know. These are all things to consider in the future. Well guys, I'm about to head home and grab the macro lens and take some photos of the beautiful looking gold we got today. It wasn't much, but it was very important gold, almost as beautiful and as important as you, Grizzly. Yes. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy my channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. A share also helps me build this channel better for you guys. All right, I'm gonna go home, take that photo. Peace, I'm out.